CDP in Bluebell, and we're out here protesting today against austerity. We work a lot with our older people in Bluebell, and they're struggling day to day. It's a huge struggle. We're supported here by the Bluebell Community Angling group. The fishermen are involved as well. There's about 46 men in that group that are unemployed, very little to do, and they're getting cut left, right and centre. We can't, the people on the bottom can't sustain it anymore. This is a protest to say enough is enough. So that's us, alright?
Austerity is a farce! Austerity my arse! Austerity is a farce! Austerity my arse! Austerity is a farce!
Guys, is there anything you want to say while you're here at all? Or?
Yeah, we're here to support the unions because the property tax is being deducted at source out of people's wages. It's now coming under the bracket of kind of an income tax, and we object strongly to this, and we're delighted to see the unions beginning to wake up to the fact that people are crippled with austerity, and this has to be reversed. These decisions have to be reversed.
Tell me who you are and why you're here today.
My name is Sean O'Neill, and I'm a member of the ASTI, and I'm here today because I'm very concerned about education. I'm very concerned about the future of education. I'm concerned particularly about the cuts and their impact particularly on the most vulnerable in society. And I believe the most vulnerable in society have taken enough, and I believe that we have to make a stand for education, and I'm here today to stand up for education.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Part of the reason that I'm here is because I have a 1-year-old daughter who is going to be in her 40s before this tax paid off. She had nothing to do with it, and we were never consulted. So I'm really angry, and I'm just wanting to stand up and say, no, it's not our debt.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you. Why you're here?
I'm here today because of the cutbacks and the effect they're having on people. I travel from Kells to come here today. I'm sick of hearing people that are losing their medical card. Their kids are going to school hungry. We have the highest suicide rate in the world here, and we're still more austerity, still putting pressure on the people at the bottom. So I'm here to fight back and to help and to work with the people at the bottom.
We're registering opposition at this continuing austerity that's not working. It's hurting communities, it's hurting working class people, it's hurting work and hurting the wider economy. And we're here to register opposition today in the time-honoured tradition of the labour movement.
Okay, thank you very much. Are you here?
My name is Paddy Connolly. I'm from Inclusion Ireland, National Disability Organisation. I'm representing other organisations, Down Syndrome Ireland and Irish Autism Action.
Okay.
I suppose we're here today because over the last number of years there's been a steady erosion of supports to families with the child with a disability and people with a disability. 35,000 children waiting on speech and language therapy, 120,000 children in class sizes of more than 30, €847 taken off disability allowance since 2008. And not only are there attacks directly on families, but also on the supports and the professionals who support them. Staff are being cut, not being replaced. Frontline staff are not being replaced. Teachers are not getting the supports they need to support children with special needs in classes. So right across the spectrum, not just direct cuts to families, but there are attacks through austerity right across the system.
Isn't it, or do you want the face?
Oh, you can get my face here, absolutely. Now 5 years too late for SIPTU's hypocrisy. Absolute hypocrisy is what they are.
Can I ask why?
Well, for 5 years now, Jack O'Connor, as a member of the Labour Party, has pushed the pro-austerity principles of his Labour Party buddies. They're almost pro-austerity junkies at this stage.
Okay.
And what he's done is, on a salary of $115,000 a year, he's disassociated himself from the membership. And while his members suffer, Jack Languish is down in Liberty Hall looking to have a $60 million refurbishment of an iconic building that he surrounds in banners of, socialism, great socialists like James Connolly and James Larkin, who had 12,000 members in the 1913 lockout, which is what this banner is about. SIPTU have 690,000 members that he never called onto the street for 5 years. If that's not hypocrisy, I don't know what is.
If you're a SIPTU member and you've been a member since 2008 and you're on an average wage of about €600 a week in 2008, this is how much you've lost in that time due to cutbacks in pay that were recommended by Jack O'Connor, recommended by David Begg. So that's what it's cost you to be a union member. So it's a little bit late for Mr. O'Connor to be organising a march against austerity when his members have been feeling austerity since 2008 without any reaction from him. He's backed up the Labour Party, he's reneged on the workers, he's left us on his own, and he should really consider his position.
Okay. Best one I've seen so far. Excellent stuff. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Do you guys want to do a wee interview about why you're here at all or not? Or
what?
Why you're here?
We're here because we think there's alternatives to the form of austerity that's been imposed on people. We have produced costed figures to show that there are alternatives to preserve services, to preserve social welfare, and there are different ways of doing this. We can rebalance, we can make the necessary adjustments without cutting key services and cutting welfare.
Okay, thank you very much.
And it's costed.
And it's costed, okay.
Here today to say the government should bring in no more austerity in the budget, but it's clear that the trade union leaders need to get off their knees and start fighting and mobilising working class people to stop this austerity disaster.
We're here today to send a message to the government that people are angry about austerity. They have had enough of 8 austerity budgets. We're not seeing the people out in the streets. I think people are quite demoralised and trying to deal with their own issues. But I think we have to support actions like this to at least show our solidarity with our communities and that's why I'm here today, and that's what we're organised here today for.
Brilliant.
Well, I mean, it's very simple actually why I'm here. I mean, we are going to just about get the new budgets announced, and there will be cuts in this new budget, ongoing cuts over the last 5 years or so. Things haven't gone from bad to better, they have gone from bad to worse, and it is now really enough in terms of the cuts applied on schools. I have a kid that started at school, and we are talking about classroom sizes, education cuts, hospital cuts, further cuts, and it looks like the following governments from Fine Gael Green to Fianna Fáil Green to Fine Gael Labour have not applied anything different than austerity measures and further cuts. It is not working, and this budget is going to further hurt a lot of people in this country, and I don't want this to go on. I want this government to get the message, and this budget should be rejected, and this budget should be fought against.
Okay, thank you very much.
We're here today as trade unionists in support of the demands of the trade union movement to stop austerity with the budget coming up on Tuesday. So it's an organisation of the Dublin Trades Council with all of the unions involved, and we're trying to get our message across that the workers have carried enough austerity. It's time now for job creation, for inflation of the economy, and for the help with the young people to stop emigration. So we want investment in the country, not immigration.
Okay. Hey, can you tell me who you are, why you're here today?
My name's David Gibney, I'm with Mandate Trade Union. Came along today because we've got another budget coming up in a couple of weeks, or a couple of days, and I believe there's choices to be made, and I don't think that the government are going to make the right choices. The right choice would be to make the wealthy pay for the wealthy mistake, but I think who's going to pick up the tab again is going to be low paid workers, it's going to be the vulnerable, it's going to be people on social welfare, so I don't think that's right, so I came out today to show my opposition to that policy.
Could you just like to tell me why you're here today?
Yep, I'm here to protest against austerity because I think that austerity is a weapon waged by the government on behalf of big business, on behalf of the bondholders in particular, to make working class people, young people pay for their crisis, but also to increase their profitability, which is succeeding actually in that respect, and it's destroying people's lives. If austerity isn't defeated, if we don't kick out the Troika, if we don't fight for a fundamentally different, a socialist policy, well then you're talking about a future of unemployment and emigration for young people and people as a whole.
Excellent stuff, thank you very much.
It's a bit really,
Thanks a million, ladies. Does anybody want to say why you're here or not?
Yes.
Yep. Can you tell me why it is you're here today?
I'm here to tell Labour to get out of government and for there to be a fight back against this terrible austerity.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
We're here today as staunch trade union members who feel our trade union SIPTU has let us down wholeheartedly. They're completely in bed with the Labour Party.
Yeah. We're here because of the cuts that's been happening to the youth sector for the past couple of years now. We've lost about a third of all funding to the youth sector and to the community sector, and it's compounded by cuts in schools and all other services. So we're just saying enough is enough. You know, I mean, austerity is killing people literally at this stage.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, tell me why you're here today.
I'm here joining the union march against austerity, but I'm also standing here because I expect the likes of Jack O'Connor, David Begg to stand down. They do not represent the union membership.
They have consistently sided with the Labour Party and sold the membership and the people of this country out. They should be out on the streets demanding an end to austerity. I said, they're a joke. Jack O'Connor out, David Begg out. Now,
we'd like to know why you're here today.
Here basically against the union leadership selling out and just not standing up for the people, for the members.
No problem.
I'm a SIPTU shop steward, and as far as I'm concerned, like the Labour Party is running the unions now.
Thank you very much. Oh, here. Why do you think that?
Sorry?
Why do you think the Labour Party are running the unions?
Well, I don't know the names, but there's a couple of them that have offices in Liberty Hall. You know what I mean?
Good thinking.
I'm here to fight against austerity. It's just too dear a cost for the Irish people. I'm part of the community and voluntary sector here, and this is the spectacle joining with the Trades Council. But there's like been 7 budgets, and we're going moving to an 8th budget, and they're saying that people are getting better, and I'd be asking the question as to who's getting better. There's death by 1,000 cuts in communities, projects are closing, and people are dying, and austerity kills. Really mean it does kill.
Okay, thank you very much.
Marcus Howard, test 1, 2, 3.